Well, it's late August and it's in the middle of what should be my pink salmon and coho salmon fishing season. Unfortunately, the fishing where I am, which is the west side of Puget Sound up to the north, has been very frustrating so far for whatever reason, and I think it has to do with lack of rain. The salmon are just way out beyond casting range, you know, there's not much point going, I think, until we get some rain. So as an alternative, I've come here to Irondale, which is usually a reliable spot for finding searun cutthroat. So that's what I'm fishing for today. It certainly makes a nice change to be using my 6-weight rod instead of my 8-weight salmon rod. Casting that for hour after hour can be, oh, I had a fish on there, can be very tiring. So here on this beach I'm looking east, and it's nice to see a relatively clear sky over there. Where I live, my hometown of Poulsbo, Washington, I face to the west, and there's currently a very large wildfire on the Olympic Peninsula, which is what I look onto at home, and the skies are getting quite smoky. I get that kind of very red sun at the end of the day. And it seems like every year now, this time of year, there's some wildfire or another giving us smoky skies. Didn't used to be like that. So you can see there are clumps of floating weed this morning. They go all the way down there. They are just on the surface. If I was trying to fish a topwater fly today, it would be very difficult. Luckily with the intermediate line, I can kind of get below that weed for the most part, so it hasn't been a problem yet. We have a fish on. Great. Doesn't feel very big. I don't know though. What's we having here? Come on. My fly is already out. It's not a bad searun. Come on. There he goes. Whoops. Let me show you the fly that I caught that fish on, and it's this one. This is called the Yellow Dancer, and it was developed in Scotland some time ago as an attractor pattern for use primarily in still waters. and as you can see, it's more or less a woolly bugger, but unlike a woolly bugger, instead of having a chenille body, this one uses tinsel of one kind or another. I'm using opal mirage tinsel wrapped over a yellow thread body. They always have a white tail and a bead, and a yellow saddle hackle palmed over the body. Now, the reason I decided to use or to try the yellow dancer is that I watch a number of videos from guys in the west of Scotland who fish for sea trout, which is an anadromous form of the European brown trout. And this fly, the yellow dancer, is very popular. And the techniques that those folks use over in Scotland and elsewhere in Europe are very similar to what we do with our searun cutthroat. I guess the fish are probably going to be similar in their habits too. So they fish saltwater bays and estuaries, not unlike the Puget Sound really. So I figured the yellow dancer would probably work. And truth be told, I've already caught a couple of fish on it before in the last few weeks. And if I can find it, I'll put that footage on here. On. Well, that's not the biggest, but it's yeah, on the yellow dancer. Look at all those little lice things on it. Oh, hello. Now, before I forget, I want to give a shout out to Kyle from Waters West Fly Fishing, which is in Port Angeles. So my hometown no longer has a retail fly shop, and so I'm kind of forced to shop online for supplies, and I do at least use local shops. So I love Spawn Fly Fish in El Waco, the Gig Harbor Fly Shop, and also Waters West. And I ordered a few fly tying items a couple of weeks ago, and they arrived, and the package was kind of bigger than I thought it was going to be, and inside there was a little box of searun flies, searun cutthroat flies that Kyle had tied. He said he'd watched my videos and he'd like me to try those flies. So Kyle, my friend, that was incredibly generous of you. Just a really nice gesture, and I will try those flies. Another fish. Whoa. Okay, that one got off. Self-released. Another fish falls to the yellow dancer. He's away. Another fish. Another pretty decent one. So the folks at Icefox have sent me their action camera to try out. This is the Icefox I8, and it's a 4K action camera with electronic image stabilization, all kinds of features. Comes with a whole lot of accessories that I'll show you in a little while, and it is fully waterproof to 30 meters, and I think it's an awesome value for money. Right now this is $59 on Amazon, and for the features I think it's pretty unbeatable. So let me quickly show you the camera itself. It's in a waterproof case. Actually, you snap on this back plate here to make it fully waterproof. I've got an alternate back plate which they supply, which has these horizontal slots in it, and that permits you to hear external audio. So, you know, if you have it in the fully waterproof case, you don't really record any sound. So I'm going to take the camera out of the case just because it's a little bit easier to describe. So I'm going to turn it on. There we go, and you get the little Icefox logo. Yeah, so it has a back screen here, but if you want to talk to camera and you need to see yourself, if you just press this mode button for a moment, you can see that the front screen comes on. So that's very useful. I'm going to go back to the back screen. You can't have both screens on at the same time. It's a touch screen, so if you want to alter any of the parameters of the camera, you just use the touch screen, or you can touch the buttons at the side. There are two buttons that will do the same thing, and that's useful when it's in the case, because these buttons get pressed through the waterproof case. So that's the basic camera, and the only thing it doesn't come with is an SD card. So it uses a micro SD card up to 256 gigabytes, and you know, that's pretty inexpensive. So the camera is capable of shooting at 4K resolution and up to 60 frames per second. The electronic image stabilization is available up to 4K and 30 frames per second, and that's what I normally shoot at. So that's pretty good for me. It's got zoom buttons on here, so you can actually zoom in the image in and out, and you can do that in real time while you're filming as well. So this thing comes with 2 batteries, which a lot of manufacturers don't give you. So each of those is 1,350 milliamp hours, whatever that measurement is, and that's enough to shoot at least 90 minutes at 4K 30, and obviously much longer if you shoot in standard HD. And there's a micro USB port at the side, so you can charge the batteries in the camera, or you can take the batteries out and charge them in an external charger, which is also provided. So this USB port is also really useful if you want to download your video to a computer, a desktop computer. You just plug it in, and it looks at the camera as if it's an external hard drive, and you just download your pictures from it. You can of course take out the SD card and just insert that into a card reader. Works just as well. So here's a look at what comes in the box. You get the camera, the waterproof case with 2 different backplates, a tripod mount, 2 batteries and a charger, a remote control and wrist strap, helmet mounts, a bicycle handlebar mount, adhesive pads, straps, tethers, cleaning cloth, and a lot of adaptive mounting hardware. There's a user manual and instructions for how to install the Snap Pro mobile app, which enables you to edit your footage and add captions and music. Of course, the Icefox I8 is compatible with all standard action camera hardware and accessories such as head straps and chest harnesses. So here I've got the Icefox camera set up in a little frame that they provide, so there's no waterproof case, and I'm looking into the front-facing camera, and I'm just going to record a little bit of video so you can see what the quality's like without the case. So you also get this this little remote control, so I can turn on the recording remotely. Okay. So we're recording now on the Icefox. I'm standing in the sun a little bit. So yeah, I'm just speaking with my normal voice, so you can get a sense for how the audio sounds. Now, you can, if you want, plug in an external microphone through the USB-C port, and that would improve your audio quality. So who do I think this camera is intended for? If I didn't make YouTube videos, I would still carry an action camera with me. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep fishing at my age, and when I do eventually quit, it's going to be nice to have all that footage. And the other thing is, you know, catching the fish of your dreams, it would be nice to be able to capture that. So I think many people could benefit from having an action camera. Now, if you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars on a GoPro or a DJI, at $59, this is a fantastic entry-level option. Its interface is very similar to those other more expensive cameras, and it certainly has the full set of features that they do. This will record time lapses, slow motion, there's a bunch of filters on it. It's got looping, which is really important if you've ever made a fishing video. I won't go into the details, but basically it enables you to just keep on your memory card the things that actually you want to record, and it does away with all the hours of nothing happening. So it's got that feature as well. So what do I think? I think the quality is very good for the price, $59. You can't beat it, particularly given all the accessories it comes with. So yeah, I'm very impressed with the Icefox I8 action cam. And now I'm going to conclude my little review of the Icefox I8 just by showing you some footage I've taken during the morning under different conditions, and let you see for yourselves how good the camera is. Here I'm walking onto the beach. The Icefox footage is on the left and my GoPro is shown on the right. It's not long after dawn on a cloudy morning, so very difficult conditions for filming. The Icefox, which is mounted on my head, does pretty well I think, compared to my chest mounted GoPro. The stabilization is reasonably smooth, and given the conditions, I think the dynamic range and clarity is perfectly acceptable. These are the three camera angles that the Icefox I8 provides. First of all, we have a narrow angle, this is the medium angle, and this one is the wide angle. So in this clip I've got the Icefox on the left with a head mount, and my GoPro is on the right mounted on my chest. I isolated just the central portion of each frame for comparison. Now the angles are clearly different, but the GoPro you can see has a little bit more dynamic range, particularly in the sky. But remember, the GoPro costs about 5 times as much. I wanted to check out the underwater capabilities of the camera, so I just lowered it into the water around my feet. Now there's nothing interesting to see here. I couldn't even find a crab. Nevertheless, I think this footage is impressive, and there were no issues or leaks. Now remember, the Icefox camera is rated waterproof down to 98 feet, so perfect when you're scuba diving or even snorkeling. I'm going to finish with this footage of me catching that first fish, taken with the Icefox mounted on a tripod. Thank you very much for watching, and if you've enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you'd like more information on the Icefox camera, or maybe you'd like to buy one, I've put a link in the video description. There's also a link to the official Icefox website, and there you'll get a 15% discount if you use the code TBIRD at checkout. Now Icefox did send me the camera to test and review, but all the opinions I've expressed in the video are purely my own. And with that, I wish you all tight lines and good luck.